Alright, y'all, what's up? Good morning. It's 9:37 over here where I'm at. I just finished watching the events that took place at nighttime in Tokyo. It's nighttime there. So we're heading into day 4 tomorrow. But what we're going to see today is day 3, which is what we just watched. So what we're going to do is go ahead and cover day 3, like I said, of track and field. We're going to go ahead and get this up. This one should be a lot easier than yesterday. I had a long struggle. If you didn't already know about it, go watch the video I have before this one where I explain the struggles that I've had to try and get my review up. But we are here today and we're going to go ahead and just go over the results from last night, which it was on primetime television in the United States, but it actually happened earlier today, Tokyo time. And then we're going to talk about the nighttime events that just happened for Tokyo. So we've got a couple events that we're going to talk about as well. A couple people that I'm really excited to see. And yeah, we're going to get to talking. All right, so day 3, we start with the 400 meters, the 400 meter dash for the men. This is their first round. So we're going to start with a couple of the heats that I wanted to talk about. In particular, there's a couple people that I really was looking for. So for the second heat, this is heat number 2. We've got Randolph Ross. He is the 20-year-old from North Carolina A&T. I was about to say North Carolina State, but he's from North Carolina A&T. It's really exciting to see. North Carolina is just a hotbed for track. If you don't know, you now know. There's a lot of athletes coming from, representing the United States, coming from North Carolina areas. And he went to North Carolina A&T. Well, he does go to North Carolina A&T. They have a great program out there if you don't know. And if you do watch this video, you stumble upon it and you're looking for a good school that has a good program for track, I would definitely recommend that. I know a lot of people coming out of A&T who have graduated and are alumni of A&T. Track program has always been top notch, and he comes from there. He coming into this heat, I feel like maybe he played it a little safe, truthfully. Just coming all the way around the first curve, coming down the backstretch, he seemed like he was in control. But coming around the second turn, he had a lot of work to do. He kind of slipped to 5th. But he was also on the outside, and when you're on the outside, it's kind of hard to kind of divulge where everyone else is because you can't see anyone else until you're coming down the straight. And that's when he started to realize where he was, and he was kind of like in 5th, 4th. And he started pushing it home and got a nice kick out, but it was a little too late, and unfortunately he didn't qualify to move on to the semifinal. He put up a time of 45.67. He tried to, you could tell at the end he was trying to lean, but it wasn't like he was trying to lean too much, which I think was what got him off. Qualifier in 3rd, he put up a time of 45.64 to his 45.67, so he was just off, which sucks because, I mean, it's his first Olympics as well, but this is his first of many. I definitely look to see him being a contender coming into the next games, as well as Worlds and all of that as well. So this is just his first time out, just rookie mistake. Things happen. But yeah, from that, we're going to move on to heat number 3. Heat number 3 has Mr. Michael Cherry. Michael Cherry is one of the ones that I'm really excited to see. I just love how he runs. He's just a runner that he runs with ease. Every time he runs, he doesn't look like he's doing too much. He doesn't look like he's trying to put too much of an effort to get what he's trying to get accomplished. And through this race, he was running as he did at trials. Like, he ran really smooth. He's got nice strides. And he did what he needed to do. He finished first with a time of 44.82. A simple qualifier. He took it home, just kind of just cruised home. Very easy win for him. So we're now going to move on to heat number 4. Heat number 4 has Wayde Niekerk of South Africa in the race. And he is the reigning Olympic champion. He's a world champion, world record holder. He's a beast, a true beast. One of the ones I've been excited to see as well. He's been battling an injury as well, just trying to get back into top form. He came out strong, as he always does, coming around the backstretch, the first 200, coming around the 150, the final 150. In the last turn, you can see he's kind of looking over, because I believe he's in lane 3. Might have been in lane 6 or 7. And he's looking over to the left just to see where everybody else is, just to see if he needs to give it a kick, because you know he's a veteran. He's not trying to exert too much energy, but just do just enough to get through. And he did just that. He put up a time of 45.25. He qualified. He finished 3rd, so he's straight. He's right on through. Next, we've got in heat number 6. Heat number 6 has my boy Michael Norman. I've been excited to see him as well. This is his first Olympic Games. This is sentimental for him because he's in Tokyo, Japan, which is where his mother's from, and that's half of his being. Like, he's half black, half Japanese. So for him to be there in his mother's place of birth is pretty dope for him. But yeah, he ran pretty strong for his first showing in the Olympics, and he finished second. Like I said, he ran a pretty solid race. He was coming around the turn nice, stormed the backstretch, didn't really have much of an issue the first 200. Just coming home, he was just trying to get what he needed to get without using too much energy, finished it, and he did great. So yeah, like I said, he put up 45-35, finished second in his heat, moving on to the semifinal, and that will be happening, I believe, tomorrow. So we'll talk about that then. But now we are going to move on to the night events, which is the events that I just watched this morning. If you didn't watch it this morning and want to watch the morning events, NBCOlympics.com, you will see the live stream. You can watch the replay as well if you did miss it and you want to watch it before it airs, you can watch it there. But we're going to start off with the men's 100 meter semifinal. We'll start with their results and their heats. So there's 3 heats. In the first heat, we've got 2 people I'm very excited to see. As I said in the last video I just did, I just posted yesterday. Go ahead and check that out if you haven't. Yeah, we've got Andre de Grasse from Canada, as well as Fred Kerley in this heat as well. Both of these two, I've been very excited to see them run. Andre is now a seasoned veteran. He got bronze at the Rio Games in this field, and he came hot and ready, as did Fred Kerley. Fred Kerley is typically a 400 runner, so to see him in the 100s putting up times that he has put up, he won this heat. He put up a time of 9:96. And Andre de Grasse put up a time of 9:98. So both of them qualified very nicely, sub 10. And they were the only ones to go sub 10 in their heat. So pretty solid runs from both boys. They're headed to the final, so we're going to see how they do in a minute. And we're now going to move on to heat number 2. Heat number 2 has the one that I've been wanting to see the most, Trayvon Brommel. Considering his results this year, he's been undefeated the entire year for the 2021 track season, and coming into this Olympics, he had a very rocky start with his first round a couple days ago, and it just sucks to see that going into the semifinal. So I was thinking he's going to come in here and really push it hard, and he got into the semifinal and he was taking the race out. He was leading very much a little more than half of the race. Got into top speed, and I don't know what happened coming home, but he really got out lean, truthfully. He only lost out of the qualifying time in third off of a millisecond, dude. Like, he had put up a time 10:0, as did the Nigerian who qualified over him, put up 10:0, as well as Zarnell Hughes from Great Britain. He put up a time of 9:98. That's the season's best for him. So he won that heat. Trayvon, unfortunately, just missed out on the final, which really sucks. Really sucks. And then we'll move on to heat number 3. Heat number 3 has Ronnie Baker in this heat. He put up a time of 9:83, which is a personal best for him. He qualified second. And then we've got the Italian Lamont Marcel Jacobs. He finished third and put up a time 9:84. So he qualified on based off of time going on to the final. So we will talk about that here in a minute. Now, before we move on to the 100 meter final for the men, we're going to talk about the 100 meter hurdle semifinal for the women. This has a lot of people that I've been excited to see as well and been anticipating. In the first heat, we've got Christina Clemons from the United States. Like I said, she's been trying to get on this team for the past 2 Olympic Games, and she finally got on. She's looking really good, in top form. She's super fashionable, as you know. Whenever she's on that track, you watch her for her fashion as well, but you watch her because she's got such a great start. And it was no different here in the semifinals. She took the start. Her start was really, really strong. She took the race out as well with Vargas. And Christina, she got through about halfway through. She kind of started to, I wouldn't say fade, but the girls was just coming, and unfortunately she finished fourth. She had a time of 12:76, which could have held. She was in contention to go ahead and qualify on in terms of time alone. She put up 12:76, like I said, which is crazy because she's run faster. She ran faster at the trials as well. I believe she ran 12:51 or 2. It might have been 12:53 actually. She ran 12:53 at the trials. So I'm not sure what might have happened, unfortunately, but Christina eventually did not qualify to go into the final, so unfortunately she is out. So we're now going to move on to heat number 2. Heat number 2 has Keni Harrison. She is one of the top contenders for gold. This race right here had 4 false starts, which is very, very nerve-wracking, especially considering just the stakes and where we are right now. They're at the Olympics. They're in the semifinal. This race right here determines if you're even going to compete for a medal. So considering all those false starts, Keni got out strong, as she always does. She took the race out. She and Brittany Anderson of Jamaica, they finished top 2, 1 and 2. Brittany Anderson, she put up her personal best at 12:40. She won the race. Keni Harrison finished second, 12:51, qualified on to the actual final. And in this third heat, we've got, from the United States, we've got Gabbi Cunningham. Excited to see her. She qualified on to the semifinal with a time, I think, 12:83, I want to say, for her first round. And she's in this heat with the clear favorite, Jasmine Camacho Quinn, representing Puerto Rico. And that woman right there came out there and set the Olympic record, 12:26 for her semifinal heat. She's gonna run something special because I believe she had 12:41 for her first round. She just put up 12:26 for her semi. Jasmine is not playing games. It's her and Keni that were the 2 favorites coming in, and she's looking like the clear favorite coming in. And Gabbi qualified on, and I feel like thanks to Jasmine Camacho Quinn, she got Gabbi to that time of 12:67, which qualified her on to move on to the final. And Jasmine Camacho Quinn is looking like the girl to win gold. So I'm excited to see how this final is going to turn out. Like I said again, I'm very upset that Christina Clemons is not in the final, because like Trayvon, I've been rooting for both of them. And it's just unfortunate, but we're now going to move on to the 400-meter hurdle semifinal for the men. So in the first heat, this is probably the only heat I'm going to talk about. We've got Rai Benjamin of the United States, rooting for him. And we've got Karsten Warholm of Norway. And these two are the 2 that are the favorites to win gold, go 1 and 2. And both of them took the race out very, very strong. I believe around hurdle number 4 or 5. Rai did clip his hurdle, but it didn't stop him. But I noticed that he clipped the hurdle. Typically, you would think that might mess somebody up. But he was tunnel vision. That's where I'm like, Rai is in the right mental state, in the right mental capacity to compete. And he's ready. Because it did not faze him at all. He continued on through. He almost won the race. But he put up a time 47:37 to Warholm's 47:30. So the 2 of them head into the final with some pretty strong times. Out of the semifinalists, Warholm put up the top time and Rai put up the 3rd best time. So coming through, I look for Rai to come a lot more aggressively than he did in the semifinal, which could definitely add to Warholm as well. And I feel like we're going to have a battle for 1st and 2nd. I'm rooting for Rai. I think Rai can do it. So we might have a world record. We might have a world record. Crazier things have happened. So now what we are going to do is lastly move on to the men's final for the 100 meters. Now in this, we had a false start, a very, very noticeable false start from Hughes. And it was very sad to see because, I mean, considering how he performed in his semifinal, he was looking good going into the final, looking like a clear, maybe a favorite to win. So yeah, he's been disqualified from the final. And the race starts, and like I said, Andre Grasse and Fred Kerley are the 2 that I'm looking at. Those are the 2 that I want to do well. I really wanted Andre to win gold because, like I said, he's gotten a bronze medal, he's gotten a silver medal at the previous games, and I just wanted him to get that gold. His start was the worst out of everyone's. The first 30 meters, and as you know, if you watch his interviews and just his previous history, he's always talked about how his start is always his biggest weakness, and he's been working on that. But it wasn't that great. But once he gets into top speed, and his finish is always what gets him to where he needs to be, and he always performs under pressure, and he did just that. He finished third, so he is getting another bronze medal. He put up his personal best of 9:89. And then we've got Fred Kerley. Fred Kerley, he's not playing games. Like, he might need to run 100s from here on out. Like I said, he runs 400s. So for him to come in and grab silver, putting up his personal best as well, 9:84, he's only run 100s, I believe, for a year. So if he was to take this more seriously, which I believe he's probably going to do, considering the fact that he can, I mean, running 100s are a lot less taxing in terms of 400s. Because if you train for 400s, you know, those workouts are no joke. No track workout is a joke. But I would prefer to run 100s over 400s, considering, I mean, if you have good results in a 100, I would definitely prefer to run a 100 over a 400. But yeah, I see him doing that. Just to see where he's going to go. If he continues to do that, he's going to probably put up some very, very strong times in the future. And then, like I said, the winner, we kind of had an upset. Lamar Marcel Jacobs. We didn't expect him to win. He got third in his semifinal. And he put up his own record, 980. And he won. It was a very nice run from him, too. It was nice to see, too, because, I mean, we never really had any expectations out of this list. I mean, I did. I thought maybe Hughes was going to win. I was hoping Grasse was going to win. But it's just nice to see a result that you weren't expecting, especially with Usain Bolt out. It's anybody's game at this point. So, yeah, I'm excited with those results. I'm excited to see what's coming next. I'm really excited for the 200. I'm excited for the 400 semifinal, the 400 final for the men, the 400 meter hurdle semi, and the final for the women. I'm really rooting for Sydney to win. Delilah, I love Delilah. I'm excited to see her. What else we got? The 100 meter hurdle final. I'm excited to see those women. I'm thinking Jasmine, Camacho, Quinn is definitely going to win. I would not be upset with that, but I do want Keni to do well as well as Gabbi. But Gabby's just got to the final. I'm pretty sure she's happy with that, but I know she wants that medal as well. But if she doesn't get that medal, she made the final on her first Olympic Games, and that is a lot to be said. But yeah, we got a lot of great things coming. If you enjoyed this review, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Drop a comment down below. Let me know who you're rooting for. But yeah, I will see y'all tomorrow with more coverage. Peace.